Death threats against Colombian journalists writing on the country's peace process have increased this month. Our correspondent Natalia Margarita brings us more from Bogotá.
Omar Vera is the chief editor of El Turbión, a digital newspaper that for 8 years have been reporting on the struggles of Colombia's social movements. Its 9 journalists work from their homes, but Omar has refused to be interviewed at home owing to fears that those threatening him may find out where he lives.
We're absolutely sure that the recent threats have to do with silencing independent voices that are reporting on social movements and that are showing solidarity with a network of organizations currently struggling in support of the nation's peace process. They are attempting to cover up some social issues and human rights violations, as well as the economic interests behind those violations.
Omar's friend and colleague Elkin agreed to be filmed in the studios of his radio station Contagio, which, like El Turbión, is among the 12 media outlets targeted by Aguilas Negras, a paramilitary group which Colombia's Ministry of Interior, Juan Fernando Cristo, has recently denied existed.
It is necessary to investigate who is behind these threats. Some have said the Aguilas Negras paramilitaries do not exist. Then who's behind the threats? Is it the military? Is it the state intelligence? To know who's behind the threats would be the only real guarantee of our security. Freedom of speech and human rights must be guaranteed.
For Reporters Without Borders representative in Colombia, Fabiola León, the situation is worrying as in less than a month, 5 written threats have been delivered targeting 150 people, who include not only journalists but also social activists and land restitution leaders.
What these people, including journalists, share is that we have been talking about the peace process, that we have been working on the resolution of social problems that could serve as a basis for the final deal to put an end to the armed conflict.
All the journalists have agreed that the very first step to guarantee the security of those under threats is to identify who exactly is behind increasing intimidations, something that social leaders, activists and journalists themselves have already demanded from the Colombian authorities. From Bogotá, Natalia Margarita, teleSUR.